Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you are all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome back to some more GTA 5, where today we are looking at the last drip feed release car for GTA Online, which comes out tomorrow on Thursday. It is this, the Previon, which is sort of like a law-friendly version of the 3rd gen Toyota Sora. I also, to be honest, do get a bit of a feel of like a Silvia on the rear of this, but apparently there is actually a law-friendly version of the S13, which I'm yet to check out. So, I don't know. We'll see how different that is. But you might remember the name Previon for anyone who plays San Andreas. It was an old car that we used to have in GTA San Andreas. It looked a little different to this one. This looks a little bit curvier. To be honest, I'd actually quite like to see a more modernised but still square style one that we had in GTA San Andreas with the Previon. It'd be nice to see that in the game, but for now we have this. It looks pretty solid, so in today's video I want to have a look at this, look at the tuning parts that are available, and make a really cool build. I'm sure there must be some cool stuff we could do to this, so let's jump straight in. So here we are at the start. It's not really my thing. I've got to say, I don't really find it that good looking. It's got a... I don't know. There's something about it. It almost has like a bit of an eclipse feel on part of the lights. But yeah, generally, I'm not that into it. And the rear does look a little funny as well. But I'm not totally against it. And I'm sure we can massively improve on it. And actually it comes with a really nice colour, the way I've spawned this as well. So let's open this up and have a look. We've got a big, mighty V8 in here, which is pretty nice. I'm sure we can do some tuning stuff to that in a minute. Then we have our interior, basic, simple interior that we've got in many cars these days. And then we also have the boot. Pretty simple stuff. Does introduce what I think is a new wheel design as well. I'd actually quite like to see that model taken out and turned into like a nice wide... deep dish style one. I think that's quite a nice wheel design. So always nice to see that. But let's jump in. Menus, customs, and let's just start with the base stuff again. Let's go to spoiler, and we've got quite a lot of stuff here. So we've got a small spoiler. We've got a custom spoiler. We've got a street spoiler. It looks like we're going to be getting a lot of bolt-on style stuff. Look at the size of this. Look at how just this everything just does not work with this so far. Like, the suspension is really high, and then, like, that is really tall, and then this bit looks really thin. Like, it really has a massive gap underneath here. It's such a weird shape. Then we have the competition spoiler, which is even bigger. We have the big wing. Why? We have the stacked spoiler. Then we have the chassis-mounted spoiler, and then we also have an alternative version. These are ridiculous. I don't know where this car's going to go. The thing is, even the small spoiler looks a bit off because it looks like it should be further back towards the end of the boot. It looks a little bit too far forward. Does anyone else feel the same way? I feel like that should overhang the back of the boot lid. It just looks a bit weird to me. So do you know what? I'm actually going to go with that chassis mounted spoiler because I want to see what craziness we can get out of this. I'm very intrigued. Okay, so on the front we have our stock. We have our... Ooh... Actually slightly improved front bumper, even though it does get rid of the grille. I'm sure we can add a nice big intercooler. We also have this one, which looks a little Supra-y, I want to say. Then we have this one as well, which adds a grille, makes it look a bit more like the LS 430 version. Or at least I think that's the Lexus that was based on the same chassis as the Sora. I'm sure I've got that wrong. And then we also have the drift setup as well. I feel like actually just going for the full drift setup just to see where this takes us because I'm very curious. On the rear, doesn't seem to have much. We've got a rear diffuser, which at least adds a little bit of depth to that rear. And then we also have that with the primary color tip on the edge. I'm just going to go for that one. I don't want to make it look too fancy. I just want to make it look like a drift car. So on the skirts, we have a stock. We have our street skirts, not too bad. Our tuners, race skirts, custom skirts, very 90s bulbous style, and then the street race setup skirts. I mean, if we're going to go for one that matches with that drift bumper, I think that the tuner skirts actually go with it quite nicely, so I'm going to go for that. Not entirely the sort of drift stuff I was imagining, but whatever, it's fine. On the exhausts then, we have the stock, we have our square exit ones, We have dual titaniums. We've got some dual exhausts. At least these are actually nicely textured and modelled. At least way better than what the other ones are. We have the street exhaust. That looks nice as well. Titanium tipped. We've even got some angled blast pipes as well. And we've also got some straight up ones as well. That's a little bit too crazy. But I think that the street ones or the dual both work quite nice on this. I'm actually going to go for the street. On the chassis, if we're going to make this into a drift car, I think we should probably go the whole hog. But I won't go for padding. I'm just going to go for that full roll cage. On the front, we can have our intercoolers to fill that gap. We definitely needed something in there. I don't really want anything with a logo. But yeah, something like that with the water sprayer or the fans. Or just the big intercooler. Yeah, let's just go for the big intercooler. We don't need to make that fancy. On the bonnet, we have our carbon version. We have the see-through hood. Didn't really understand that, but then I guess in a game where you can have flying bikes and stuff, I guess a see-through hood isn't that crazy. We have the vented hood, the carbon version. Not too sure on the carbon. It's very crappy looking. Then we have the street hood. We have that in carbon. Then we just have a few different combinations. Oh, that looks mean. I mean, it doesn't really fit. None of this fits, by the way. This all looks a bit just stuck on. Then we have the carbon version of that, the tuner hood, and then the carbon version of that. That looks kind of interesting. I'd take it back. I don't like it at all. So I might actually just go... I really want to go with the carbon hood, but the carbon texture just doesn't really look that great. So I think I'm actually going to keep that stock. Okay, front fenders. We've got some big, wide bolt-ons, or we just have that like that. I want to go for the bolt-on ones. I think that fits the style I'm going for. And I guess we can do the same on the rear bolt-ons. There we go. On the roof, we can have a roof scoop. Not really sure that's going to fit the style of this car, so I'm not going to bother with that. Then we can upgrade our engine, our brakes, our transmission. Let's see what our suspension stuff is. I can see where this is going. Oh dear. Oh dear. I mean, yeah. I'm not really... I like that Rockstar have sort of acknowledged that people want to have a bit of camber when they lower their car. But this fitment is just jank. I mean, that might work on like an old Beetle. Doesn't really work so much on like this. That looks like a Sora or Sora-ish sort of car. I'm going to go for that street and tweak it in V-Stancer in a minute. Let's look at our details then. We have a bunch of splitter options. That's good to see. We have a bunch here, including primary colours. We also have these with canards as well. Primary tipped if you want to go for some extra fancy looking details. I don't want to go for anything too fancy, but I think... I mean, the primary splitter actually looks good because it actually looks like a full bumper. Yeah, I'm going to go for that. I like that. Sun strip. I think that's going to suit this car. We can go for a primary... or plastic, or one of the logoed ones. I think I might actually go for the... what they call plastic. I would rather just be just like a matte black sticker style look. On the dash, we have... ooh, full coloured interior. Ah! Including a coloured roof. That's something I don't think I've seen before, but then we do have some other cars in the latest update that might have that as well. But that's a cool addition. We also have that semi-stripped out as well. Then we have that with some race additions... or we have that in carbon. Not too sure on that carbon texture. Yeah, I like that. But I don't know what colour to go for other than just setting it back to something like graphite black again. Yeah, I'm just going to keep that graphite black. I like to keep it simple. Okay, also add a bunch of dial combinations as well. I think that's just going to suit this car. Gives it a nice, well, 90s tuner racer look. Door cards. I mean, we can, I guess. Just something simple, aluminium panels or even just the lightweight versions. That's good. The seats, well, we already know my thoughts on this. These seats just look way too old now. They ruined the interior of the car, but... oh, okay, so they had this carbon one. I was kind of hoping they had the other one. Well, I really wish they would just offer, just give us everything. Why do we hold some of the seats back? Just give us every seat option. I don't get it. We'll stick with this one, why not? We'll change the steering wheel. We'll just go for the Clubman. Simple. Engine then, we can have that in a primary colour on the rocker covers. We can also have some ridged versions as well. All that in secondary. Looks pretty nice. I'm going to go for that ridged one. Looks nice. We also have some rail covers as well if we just wanted to just put something over that. Well, we have a bunch of different options here. Very interesting. Wow. Okay, actually a lot of options here. Do you know, I'm actually just going to go for the primary plated rail covers. So it's just the same sort of color, just a little sort of like heat shieldy style thing. We'll just do that. Also strut braces as usual. Polished strut. Does the job perfectly. Okay, new manifolds. This is going to be good. Plastic uppers, not that into that. We do have someone's... See, that looks good. That matches everything nice. We also have a matching colour on the air filter as well, which is an interesting look. Ooh, some of these are quite fancy looking. Okay, that, interestingly, I don't know what it is about that, but it's just something a little bit different with a different style air filter as well on it. Actually, it does make it look a little less tuner-y, but I do like that. Yeah, I'm going to go for the matching, just primary colour everything. Hood catches, I'm never really a fan of them, whatever. I mean, I get it. Maybe I'll just put some plastic ones on. Light colour glass, does this change the rear? No, it does not. I mean, I guess it could work for this car. They don't look too bad, but I'm going to go for the red. Do you know what? I want to try and see if I can make that work. I'm going to challenge myself. Okay, wing mirrors, primary colour, secondary colour, and the worst... I'll tell you what, their carbon textures are just getting worse. It's 2021. Keep it consistent. Keep it high quality, for Christ's sake. Keep that stock. We also have some liveries, stripes in different colour combinations. These are pretty good. Some nice shopping list style ones. And some decent... Well, somewhat decent. I'm not too sure on that one. Racing style liveries as well. Yeah, they're pretty good. Also have the Ragarum drifting. Yeah, okay. I could see the appeal of some of these, and the Atomic Tyres one. Actually, that one's not too bad. It will look a little odd because of the pearlescent flip we've got going on. I quite like that Karen thing on the side. It does look a little... Actually, it looks a lot... What is with the quality of some of this stuff? Does it need to look that shoddy? Nah, okay. Once again, no liveries going on. Right, I do like the look of this wheel, but I think it's got to change. As this is a sort of like drifty car, I guess we'll go for something like the Endo V4 dished. Pretty solid wheel. Okay, so I am going to try a Formula Red Pearl flip. I'm actually feeling the pearl on this one. Something I don't normally go for. And then I think I should go for a more neutral color. So like one of these graphites or this black. The anthracite black. Makes a very interesting colour. Oh, it's almost brown, actually. There's some terrible dirt looking on this. So can I clean this? Okay, repair vehicle has made that cleaner. I think I was driving it on a bit of dirt. Okay, that's definitely improved the look, just cleaning it up. Okay, I think the anthracite black and the red flip, I think goes well. It also really goes well with that red light on the front. I think it's a really strange look. It wasn't really what I intended to do, but... I guess as a drift car that just wants to have something that makes it stand out a little bit, but it also has like that mean look to it. I actually quite like that. And then we'll make the wheels carbon black, just make it all really dark. Then V-Stancer. Well, I think these wheels are actually a little small, so we'll make them a little bit bigger. Nothing too crazy though. Something just like that, just a little bit bigger. And a little bit wider, get us some dish on there. And then we can bring... those wheels out. There we go. It's got some nice chunky tires. I guess it still has that same height to it. It's definitely got a big gap underneath. I mean, I could have made the wheels a little smaller and slammed it down, I guess, but I wanted it to actually look useful. I want it to look like you could just take that out and race it on a track and you're not going to get too much in the way of wheel scrubbing, which means I might even want to tuck that in just slightly. Yeah, but we'll keep that on the front. Anyway, it's going to have some pretty hard suspension. But there we go. Very interesting build. I'm not entirely sold on this car still. I've got to be honest. It just seems like a car like this, like a 90s Japanese car that's remade into this game, feels like something that I should really like. And yet it's just not singing out to me. I want you guys to let me know what you think in the comment section below. Definitely a weird one, this one. If you want to get this in GT Online, it will be out tomorrow. Tomorrow being Thursday, because I'm posting this up on a Wednesday. But there we go. That is it. If you have got all the way to the end of this video, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, thank you. And third of all, you can say hoop in the comment section below, just to let me know that you watched the whole entire thing. But there we go. There it is. The Karen Previon Toyota Sora style car for GTA 5. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, but that's it. I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye!